Once all those things are on there, we're gonna go through and welcome back to the channel, guys. And today we're on part 2 of our Ixuviate Team Urable SEMA build. In this video, we're gonna show you all the ins and outs of how we apply the Ixuviate process in order to create a really custom, one-of-a-kind look that's gonna look exactly like the vehicle's been completely painted from the factory that way. For this customer, this was a perfect solution because Ixuviate offers not only protection, but also customization at the same time. Thanks to Ixuviate's layered system, we're able to add any level of customization between the base layer and the top layer. That's what allows us to create stunning designs, whether it be graphics, whether it be a full color change, or even things like carbon color change. For this particular customer, we wanted to go with a new corporate design that really captured the simplicity of their programming and also their identity. Come up with a custom design. Now, traditionally, this would be something that's done with just print vinyl. In fact, that's kind of what they had done with the previous 2 generations of this car. This time, we've partnered with them and we're giving them the full Ixuviate experience, and that's gonna give them a truly next level finish that's gonna go on this car. So it's gonna look, act, and behave exactly like paint would, but also be paint protection film. So it's gonna be protecting the OEM factory paint that's underneath the car while giving them a complete custom look that isn't gonna have any edges, any seams, any gaps, any adhesive that's gonna peel back, because this isn't just a show car. This is a car that they use. They use it on the track. They drive it cross country. It was actually driven here to Houston from Pennsylvania. It definitely gets a lot of use, and that's where you're gonna see a lot more benefit from the Ixuviate than you would a traditional vinyl wrap, just from general wear and tear over time. As you can see behind me, we've got the full vehicle in the booth now. So Jose is getting everything taped and masked up. Our next step is gonna be applying our base layer. So we're gonna go through, put our full base layer on all the body components of the car itself. Once that's done, we'll apply the top layer clear as well. We're gonna then sand that down, and that's going to enable us to add their new corporate logo directly onto the roof of the vehicle. And that's gonna be in the paint layer system itself, because it'll be cleared back over with a new fresh layer of clear coat, which we call a flow coat. Now, this look is traditionally accomplished with a vinyl decal, but there's a lot of drawbacks to that. You're just kind of throwing essentially a sticker on top of the paint. So you've got the edges that are gonna catch, debris, catch dirt, lift up over time. If you're washing the car, your mitt or a pressure washer, things like that can always kind of peel back the edge of the vinyl that's exposed. Whereas with this, it's all gonna be completely inside the paint. You can literally sand over, buff, polish, power wash, any of that right over top of the logo that we're gonna paint directly on top of the Ixuviate, and it's never gonna come off. The whole system is completely removable, so a couple years from now, whenever the company is ready to go with something different, they can peel it off just like they would and just like we did on this existing vinyl wrap. So it's a completely removable system that's not gonna damage the paint underneath, but it's gonna give them that paint-like OEM finish. aspect of Ixuviate and its capabilities is that it is repairable. For a corporate vehicle like this, where it has graphics and it's got, you know, the company's logo and things that it's traditionally done with vinyl, say you get a big scratch or a big tear in the vinyl. If that's something that happens, you know, say a year, year and a half, or even, you know, 6, 7, 8 months, you can't just repair that vinyl. You would have to replace that entire printed panel. Now with that, you're gonna deal with colors that may not match, lining up the panels again properly, a variety of different issues that can come with printing on vinyl. With Ixuviate, we can simply repair that scratch just like you would any other painted car. You can sand on it, you can buff on it, fix any kind of chips, little scratches, and it also will self-heal light scratches as well, kind of like your traditional PPF. Now, as I mentioned, we've already gotten the base layer on a few of the different panels that we were able to take off the car, like the hood, the doors, the front bumper, etc. Now that the base layer, because on these panels was completely, or primarily rather, one color, we went ahead and sprayed that in the base itself. Now we're gonna take these down and add some of the accenting and some of the two-tones you're gonna see on the finished product, like black on the outside. We got something a little special that we're gonna put on the hood that's extremely unique. Should be pretty difficult to do, so we're excited about that, so you gotta stay tuned. And then things like the doors, we're gonna mask these off. There'll be some black elements to the bottom side that really kind of capture the flow of the design that we're going with, as well as the big logo that's going to be on the door. Now, all these new elements that are going to be in addition to this new green color is going to be, again, in the paint. So when this full project is finished and put back together, you can run your hand over every inch of this panel. You're not going to feel different layers like you would a vinyl decal over top of PPF or over top of paint. It's all gonna be inside the same layered system with Ixuviate. Truly next level. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna have that paint-like finish, and we're super excited. So stay tuned, as now we're getting into the hard part. So now that we've got the entire base layer on the vehicle, the next step is gonna be to sand down that top layer. And this is gonna allow us to do what we call a flow coat. By sanding down the top layer of the Ixuviate, we're gonna be eliminating texture, as well as allowing ourselves to put our graphics that are gonna go on different areas of the car inside the flow coat. So it's gonna have a really nice crystal clear finish, but also have those different layers and those different colors throughout the car, kind of breaking it up, adding the company's logo on the roof, all those different things, all inside that flow coat. This is something that's completely unique to Ixuviate, and is also something that is completely removable later on. So this company can put on this custom livery that's going to be displayed and showcased at SEMA, really get their brand message out there, be very recognizable, completely look like a paint job, but is also completely removable later on. This is a standard color R8, just gloss black underneath. They can remove all this later on and just go back to the standard color of the car, all without having any kind of damage or impact to the paint underneath. So we've mentioned a few times about how graphic elements and logos and things are going to be going into the paint. This is what we're talking about. We've applied our base layer color to the vehicle that's completely changing it, and now we've masked off some different areas. We're going to be putting some logos here as well as here, and then at the same time is also going to be part of the element of the design of the car. So this logo is actually going to be going black. This bottom section here is going to be going black, and then a big black square here, and then we're also, the next step is going to be adding a white logo here in this square part as well. So this is going to give us different dimensions, different colors, but all within the same layer of the paint. Once the different graphics and logos are sprayed onto the vehicle, then we're going to top that off with the top layer of Ixuviate clear coat, and that's going to behave just like a traditional clear coat would. You can sand on it, you can wash it, you can wax it, you can polish it, treat it just like you would your normal paint. All right, so Jose's kicking me out of the booth because we've got to get these logos on and everything sprayed, but this is the wrap up of part 2 of this project. So part 3 is just going to be putting on some of the carbon fiber parts as well as some of the reassembly. So subscribe and tune in for the next video.